You're not nervous, are you? Don't be nervous.
Okay.
We haven't had anybody. I was going to say something morbid.
Haven't had any pass out and die.
We haven't had anybody pass out and die in a while, so
In a while.
or ever. Joining us from the Artesia Public Schools, we have Mitzi Mccaleb. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you are the Director of Health and Wellness for the schools.
Yes, sir.
Well, is this a new position for you, or have you?
Yes, it is a new position. I was the kindergarten principal, and then this position came available. It's, I guess it's been new since April, and so I barely started in July.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I guess. And then Carrie, Carrie Jowers, who is Director of Special Education for the schools. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And is this a new position for you, too?
I started last school year.
Last school year?
Yes. Cody Hannigan retired. She had been an advocate for students for special education services for years, and I took her position.
Okay. Well, Mitzi, why don't we start with you? What do you get to do in your new role with the Artesia schools?
So basically, I oversee the health and wellness of the students, and so one of the main things is that Artesia is getting a mental health therapy services, and so it's called the Bulldog Wellness Center, and it's located at 1106 West Quay, the old admin building. And so we're going to have 2 therapists there weekly, and depending on the need and the caseload, we'll see if that increases. But for right now, we're starting out with 2 days a week, and we have 2 individual therapy rooms. We have play therapy, and then we have a family therapy room there. All APS students and staff are eligible to go, and so our social workers and our counselors are working on the recommendations for those who would like to be seen over there, and then you can also self-refer yourself over. So that's one thing. And then a couple more other things is I just oversee, like I'm the 504 coordinator, and I oversee the McKinney-Vento eligibility, which are students who are in transitional housing situations. And then I'm the liaison between the Peyton Yates Foundation and the Written in Red and those kinds of things. This is the first year that I haven't really had students tied to me in a sense of I've always been a teacher or a principal, and so I'm able to help students in a different way, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing what this new position can have. The opportunities are endless, and the possibilities of what we could do with our, even the Bulldog Wellness Center and other things is really just wide open. So I'm really excited to start this year with that.
Seems like I recall even after when the new administration building was built, that the wellness center was one of the concepts or thoughts for the old administration building, and then COVID. So I'm guessing that whatever need was felt was there pre-COVID really got amplified or whatever during COVID.
Yes, I think Artesia, the social workers and counselors have always recommended to families and students outside, services and resources, and so now we're just able to include our own in those recommendations. So I'm really excited for that.
So you'll have a staff at the Wellness Center.
We work with the Permian Basin Guidance and Counseling, and I think it's called Counseling and Guidance, and so they actually staff themselves, and then they do their own appointments, and so we really just do the recommendations to go there, and then they'll reach out to the families.
But there's a facility where these meetings and sessions can take place.
Yes, sir. And hopefully one day we'll have an open house and you can come over and look at it. It's really turned out really nice. It's really nice. Good.
I don't know. I get jealous because we never get to remodel here, and every place else in town is getting new buildings and updated, and I get jealous.
Yes. Well, we'll definitely invite you over.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I may need to meet with one of your specialists. How come I can't get remodeled? So, Carrie, Director of Special Education, and this is one of the things that is very important in public schools and has been for a long time, because schools are tasked with educating everybody, all kids. And so tell us a little bit about the programs that you're going to be supervising or that you've been overseeing now.
So I supervise over the special education programs across the district, and we have an amazing team that's able to provide a variety of special education services from students aged preschool all the way through high school. And so I just kind of want to give a shout out to all of the members of our team. We have gifted teachers, DD preschool staff, special education teachers, instructional assistants, speech and language therapists and apprentices, occupational therapists and certified occupational therapy assistants, a physical therapist, a vision teacher, orientation and mobility specialist, an audiologist. We have a team of diagnosticians and an IEP facilitator, and we have social workers and counselors and nurses. And so we have an amazing team, and they each bring a different area of expertise to the table whenever we're deciding services for kiddos, and we're able to meet every kiddo's needs across the district.
And you said, so it sounds like it's everything from gifted students
Yes.
to those that need some extra help in
Yes.
certain areas.
Yes. And so every single kiddo that qualifies for special education services, they come through a referral process. We're able to complete evaluations. And then from those evaluations, we're able to determine through their IEP, which is an individualized education plan, what services are appropriate for those kiddos and what programs those kiddos need.
Wow.
And without this dynamic team, we wouldn't be able to provide those services across the district.
So how many different instructors, teachers do you have that cover all these different services?
We have special education services at every single building inside our district. And so we have therapists that bounce around between all of the different schools. We just have an amazing team, and they all seek, lots of professional development to try to gain more knowledge inside their skills to be able to provide better services for our kiddos.
How important is it to communication with the parents? Parents may suspect or they may suggest that their child needs some extra help in certain areas?
It's a team approach, right? Without families and the support of those families, we wouldn't be able to do our job. And one of the things that we do, I'll give a shout out to our preschool program and to our DD preschool coordinator, Sylvia Wilson. We do free screenings for children ages 3 to 5 prior to them coming into the school building. If a parent suspects that a kiddo has a disability, we do free screenings all throughout the school year.
All the time?
All the time.
Yeah.
So all they have to do is call over to the special education office, and then we can set up a free screening for their child.
Wow.
And then for kiddos who are already in school, we have the SAT referral process, which is a way for those kiddos to be referred by parents or teachers over to the special education office for an evaluation to be completed.
Wow, that's fantastic. I wonder how many, obviously the parents of kids that are involved in these programs are aware of this, but I wonder how aware people outside the community, outside the school community, are aware that these services are provided. Most people probably think, well, it's just buildings, teachers, and regular programs.
Well, the great thing is we have a good relationship with the early intervention programs within our district. There's Blue Star Therapy and the CART program, and they provide services from birth to age 3 within our community. And then we, send out flyers to all of the doctor's offices, daycares, and things like that to help make our programs, known in the community.
Okay, so if parents have a question, especially right now as people are picking up schedules and getting ready for the start of school, do they call their school? Do they call you? What's the best way?
If they call their school, they'll put them in touch with the special education office, but they can call over to the admin building if they have any questions, and we have a great team over there that can help answer their questions.
Right. Mitzi, let me ask you, as people, whether it's teachers or students, take advantage of some of the counseling services, do you follow all the HIPAA rules and all that kind of stuff? This is very confidential.
Yes, sir.
Services?
Yes, sir.
So that's important, I'm guessing.
Yes, it is. And it's also the therapists and the social workers and the counselors are also working with their families. And so that our families are well aware of what the students are facing in the school so that they can all work together to help solve the problems and make things better for them.
So parents are involved in the process?
Sir. Yes.
Because we've heard a lot in the news,
yes.
Around the country.
No.
But here, that's not the case,
No.
right?
Yes. No, we couldn't do it without the parent support. And we work really hard to see that the parents have equipped with the skills that they also need. And I think that's one of the areas, the focus areas is on the family therapy too. And even if they need, Cari offers, like parenting skill classes and things like that once a month on Wednesdays at the admin office. And so we kind of just fill the need and then offer the trainings from that.
First day of school is always tough, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And it's quickly approaching.
So you're going to have a lot of kids that are going to, especially at the younger grades. You don't see it too much at the older
Right.
grades, but
Right.
the younger kids, you're going to have a lot of kids that are going to be crying, and
Yeah.
moms that are going to be
Yes.
crying. And
Yes. I had to get used to that at kindergarten. Yeah, I probably had, lots of moms that I kind of teared up too. It's hard for them. It's a changing moment for them. So yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to cover or mention? Make sure.
I think that we also want to make sure that we give a shout out. Mitzi and I are now together in the same office area, and we have 3 great secretaries, that help to hold our department together. They help with Medicaid billing, data entry, and just all of the everyday tasks, that keep our building going and help our staff be able to support kiddos.
So thank you to all that staff,
Yes.
because I'm sure there's a paper trail somewhere.
Yes, yeah, they do an amazing job.
Our paper trail is a big old pile down the hallway.
And also, I'd like to say thank you to our superintendent, Mr. Phipps. He's new, and he's doing such an amazing job, and he is just a really strong support for us and an encouragement, and so we'd also like to thank him. And then he kindly reminded me that I needed to add that Friday morning, the high school student council and the paw prowlers will be painting the paws on the Bulldog Boulevard starting at 7 a.m. that morning. And so Grand to Main Street will be blocked off so that they can get those paws painted.
And remember, folks, those cones
Yes.
are for you.
Yes.
I don't know how many times I've heard stories where people pull up and they'll move the cone so they
Yes.
can, or they'll just drive over the cone, and it's like, no, that's
Yeah,
for you
so
too.
we're going to have our student council and paw prowlers out there, so.
Excellent. Well, be
Yes.
careful on Friday.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mitzi Mccaleb, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Carrie Jowers, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys. Have a good, successful school.